go again.
I demand more.
So welcome to Brock's Garage. Today we are in Tacoma going to the museum up here, the LeMay's Museum. This show's for you, Logan. And we are going to go check this place out. Now, we've been to the car museum before down in Lewis County, the Jester's Museum, which is an amazing place. Check that out. But man, I think this is going to be just as amazing, if not maybe a little more cars in it. Looks like a pretty big building, and you are going to come along with us while we check it out, man. And it's going to be an amazing ride. I'm sure we're going to see some cool cars. So let's get ready, and let's buckle up, and let's go. So can you imagine riding to school on this bike? I mean, but people did it all the time. And they went to school on these kind of things, and they rode around and did their shopping on this kind of stuff and just had fun with it. And they also went to school and then had fun with these old cars like this one. It's a steam car. I mean, this is iconic stuff right here. Very interesting stuff. I can't imagine working on a steam car. You know, I'd be burnt for sure. I'd be fried because I'd probably kill myself on it. But man, a lot of history in this place. It's a pretty amazing place. Another electric car. I mean, an electric car is nothing new. Here's a proven fact of that. They had that back in 1902, for crying out loud. So this electric thing, this electric craze is not a new thing. It's been around. So, and this museum has some of that stuff in it. Very interesting stuff. But we're just going to keep on looking. So come on along. So here's a cool example of a steam car. I mean, look at that. You got this big pot in there versus the motor. I mean, like a cooking stew or something in there, but no, you're actually getting power for your car. And it's a 1919 steam engine, 20 horsepower, two-cylinder steam car. Very cool, man. And it actually looks really neat. 28 car. They got a lot of really cool old cars in here. This vintage, they have got some like very first cars made in here, so it's very, very cool. But we're gonna go check it out. Come on. So by the way, there's a lot of levels of this place, so get ready to do a little bit of walking to see all this stuff because there's a lot to see. So let's go check out the next level. Man, there's so much to look for. Race cars, 4x4s. Up there above us, that's where we're going to have lunch later, I think. Place is awesome. Wow. It's like a British taxi or something. Not stuff you see every day, that's for sure. Motorcycles. Got Nortons. That's a cool bike, that Norton. You don't see those much. British little MG. Is that an MG or is that something else? That's MG. Austin Martins. Very cool. So 1903, I wonder if this is the first stick shift, but that's not how you shift it, that's how you drive it, man. There's no steering wheel, it's just a stick that you just move back and forth and drive it that way. Talk about old school steering. There you go. An old Hudson, 1909. Rio, 1913 Oakland, 1903 Regal. I mean, these are some cars from the past that we all have to owe gratitude to. Man, I just love these old Packards. I mean, Packards for me are just a really cool old car. I mean, look at the Art Deco stuff on these things, man. All the chrome and all the glitz and glamour of these cars are something else. I mean, the hood ornaments and everything on these Packards are just reeks the whole 30s vibe, you know. I mean, with all the stuff and how long and big they are. Just really cool old cars, man. These Packards are badass. We're gonna check out some more. So here's a really cool MG. I think that was pretty cool. You don't see a whole lot of that British stuff around. But I had to come over here and check out this saying, because this saying pretty much says it all, in my opinion. Very true. Very true. 34 Chevy with a rumble seat. That's a kick-ass car. Look at the grill on that one. That's badass. Now, you guys, when you come to this place, you got to wear your walking shoes because you're going to be walking a lot. So many things to see, so many different levels, but it's worth the walk. So make sure you bring some good walking shoes. We're kind of in the aisle with the older style cars in the 30s and the 40s and stuff. A lot of cool cars from that time area. Let's see, what do we got there? We got a Duesenberg. I mean, you got a Duesenberg. We don't see that running around every day. You know, you got Cadillacs, Buicks, all sorts of cool old cars here. Got Lincoln right here. Is a really spectacular car. This car actually has some history in this area, crossing the Narrows Bridge. First one, car across the Narrows Bridge twice. So the old one and the new one that crossed it first. This car right here. So kind of a historic car for this area. Watch out behind you. You got a Rolls Royces here. I mean, you have a little bit of everything on this aisle here. We're in the uh, old car area. So, yeah, bring your walking shoes. Lots and lots to see. Keep on walking. So let's go check it out. So just one of many vintage gas pumps in this place, man. We've got all sorts of car memorabilia or whatever you want to call it in this place. We even got a whole replica of an old style garage, actually with a wood floor and everything else in it. I kind of remember working on cars with in a garage like that. So this is a fantastic display. Now this is how hot rodding really began. Was right here in a garage like this, wood floor, with an old hot rod that you wanted to fix up and do something different with, put a different motor in or whatever, and chop and do all the sectioning and stuff. This is how it all began, with a place just like this. Great display. This is a pretty iconic car. This Olds Hertz edition. Um, you really don't see any of these anywhere running around. This is a pretty special car, especially with the sunroof in it. And I was reading this thing here, the information on it, and there's only 220 cars built with a sunroof like this. So very, very special car. You just don't see those running around anymore. The Buick Grand Sport, another car you don't see running around. You just don't see them. Of course, you got the '69 Camaro. That car you do see running around still today at car shows and stuff. But this is a great example of it. Beautiful car. And the Mustang, of course, '66. That's a pretty cool car. You see those around. This is another car you don't see a whole lot of, and that's these Buick Riviera with those iconic flip open headlights. You know, I think if everybody saw Roadhouse, you know that this is the car that Patrick Swayze had in that show. But very cool car. I think there's one of these actually in Toledo. Very cool car. So here we are. We got a DeLorean, and of course everybody knows about the Back to the Future. And you know what I learned here is something pretty cool from one of the guys that the volunteers here. He says you can go to O'Reilly's uh, O'Reilly.com and order a flux capacitor. The part number is 121G, and it'll have a flux capacitor that you can get or supposedly get. I don't think they actually sell it, but it's on their list to sell. So if you want a flux capacitor, at least look at it on O'Reilly's for your own DeLorean or your own Back to the Future project. There's a little bit of trivia you won't find anywhere else. Rock's Garage. So here we are at another level. We're just exploring, man. So many cars around here. It's just crazy. Love this place. Um, we're just gonna go exploring some more, man. Another level. And here we go. Okay. And you got all sorts of cars in here, man. You even got the old Cadillac, '93 Cadillac that most people wouldn't collect, but here it is in this museum. That's pretty crazy. I mean, up here a little ways, I think you got Sam's first car ever up here a little ways. We're gonna take a look at that. It's his first car he took his driving test in. We're gonna we're gonna show you that here in a minute. I mean, the assortment of cars here is pretty fantastic. I mean, you got cars that you would never think would be in a museum in here. And then you've got some really badass cars in here, like the 63, in my opinion, is one of the badass. But here we've gotten to our camera guy's car that he took his driving test in. He evidently passed his test in this car. So nice job to you, Sam, for passing your test when you took your driving test. This was the car on the road back then. So nice job, Sam. So all sorts of cars in here. We got Volkswagens, Mercedes. There's Packards in here. This is a really cool Volkswagen bus, split window type, 67. Pretty nice. Just all assortment of cars in this place is unbelievable. You just got to come check it out. Here's some cool garage doors, man. This would be cool. You drive into your place and look at your hot rods as you're driving in, man. That'd be a cool idea right here. Very neat. Like that Dodge, and I'm not a Dodge person. 64. I had a Plymouth 64 Plymouth once. Got a Lamborghini. That's pretty cool. So they just don't have cars and trucks in here, man. They got motorcycles and bicycles in this place too, if you're interested in that sort of stuff. And you know what? You even got Hot Wheels, which is my deal. But we won't probably show you any of that. But yeah, cool motorcycles and bicycles. And here's some of the motorcycles right here. We got some Indians, which I think are badass. And I love this Indian right here with the Art Deco skirts and stuff on it. I just think those are badass motorcycles. Of course, you got Porsches. This place loves Porsches. There's quite a few of them in this museum. And here's a really neat example of a Porsche Speedster. It's really cool. I love this design myself. I would like to have one of these. I'd even take the kit car, one of these, man. These are badass cool cars. So here we got a little hot rod, little Beetle here. Somebody's hot rodded this thing out. It's got 115 horsepower. It's got dual carburetors and dual distributors. So this thing's been hot rodded. It's a little sleeper for sure, man. That'll get you for sure. Then we move on to some really cool bikes. I mean, you got an Ariel. I've never heard of that, but I have heard of a BSA. Those are pretty unique. And this one here, I don't even know what it is, but it's really interesting. If you look at the front of this car or this bike, how it turns, um, the fender doesn't move, just the wheel, and it's kind of a weird setup. But the motor's right at your feet, so it's kind of different. And I love this T-Bird. I mean, I'm not really a Ford guy per se, but I really like these old T-Birds. I mean, this is a 56, I think. Beautiful car. Just a beautiful car. Another example of a great car in this museum, man. Get a chance to come check it out. Check it out. Show 57. We got a 57 Chevy, but I think it's the one the master fabricator and maybe the apprentice worked on there. We had a show on that one too. Looks just real similar to it, man. John, maybe your car made it to the museum. I don't know, but here's a beautiful example of a 57 Chevy, iconic, badass car. One of my favorite Tri-5s. Is my favorite Tri-5. Wow. This is a car you don't see every day either, man. It's a Gullwing. I mean, this is historic car for Mercedes. Of course, the doors open like a bird's wing flies, and that's what gives it its name. But an amazing car, all in its own right. Okay, man, we got a Triumph here. This is the British side of things. Looks like got a '63 Triumph. We got this Lotus race car, really cool. Got another Lotus here. Um, yeah, really cool. Almost looks like a Lamborghini of some sort or a Ferrari, but it's a Lotus. Right here is another Austin Healey. year is that? 64 Austin Healey. Very cool. So this is a beautiful example of a Cadillac Eldorado, a front-wheel drive car. And you know, you could afford to have this car because back then gas was only 27 cents a gallon. So remember the days, guys. I don't remember that far back, but it wasn't that bad when I was a kid either. So we got Porsches and all over the place, all sorts of different kind of Porsches. But then we got a Porsche. Now this is something you don't see every day. Talk about a new la la, gotta go scrape the crap. I mean, you got a freaking Porsche tractor. Come on, dude. Now that's Grey Poupon on another level, I think. So okay, we have a 63 convertible here, which is a cool car, and it is the right year that I'm looking for, and it's cool. And we have a 63 Grand Sport here, which is an amazing car. That is very rare, but it's still not the one I'm looking for, you know. So, oh my God. Sam, get out of the way. Baby, there you are. I've been looking for you. You need to come home with me, baby. Where have you been? I've been searching for you for the rest of for my entire life. You always seem to evade me, but here you are. I love you, man. Oh, come home with me, man. Just come home with me. It's not going to be a big deal. You can come home with me.
Sir, can you stop drooling?
Oh man, you know how hard it is for me to stop drooling.
That's good.
I'm here all the time, man. I just this is my unicorn. Sorry,
Yeah.
you know. I'm sorry.
I
I'll
totally
let
don't.
somebody else. I'll let somebody else enjoy it too, man. I appreciate you checking on me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate you coming here.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
We
you.
need
Thank you.
more. We need more people to be appreciative.
But look at that. Isn't that awesome?
It is.
Isn't that
It is
amazing?
beautiful. I gotta agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't disagree,
Yeah.
but yeah, you gotta
So
stop drooling. Practice.
you should give me a towel or something.
That's right. I wish I had it.
I just want to say thanks for your volunteerism.
All right. Well,
I
thank you.
appreciate that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Don't forget, I get something out of it too.
Yeah, you're gonna
So-
take me rags and wipe my face.
Yeah. Well, no, that's the downside. The upside is I get to look at my collection.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Every time I come in, I look at my collection.
Isn't that great?
They give you
I would
perks.
never leave.
They give you
You're not
perks.
kicking me out of here, are you?
Free coffee.
You're not kicking me out of here, are you?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
If you cross that line,
Uh,
cross that line.
I know.
I have to.
I'll take that as a warning, and justly so. Justly so.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
Well-
Thank you very much, sir.
You bet.
All right.
Enjoy.
Bye bye. So, man, I'm so sorry for losing it for a minute, man, but everybody knows this is my unicorn car. I mean, I've wanted one of these cars since I was 7 years old. About me and my dad, first model I ever built was this car. And ever since I've wanted one. They're harder than hell to find. I've come close a couple times in my life. I never could pull a deal through. So being around my unicorn car kind of caught me for a minute, man. I just love this car. And it's a 63 Corvette, color 63 split window Corvette. Everybody knows what that is. Don't really have to talk about too much about it, but man, awesome example of that car. My unicorn, right here. So everybody knows I love Corvettes. This place has so many Corvettes in it. I had to run to my unicorn, as you guys saw. Sorry about that again. But this place has so many Corvettes, man. And there's some cool Corvettes. They got some Grand Sports and other things that you just don't see around. And here's just a quick view of some of the newer vets that are in this place. You've got them. It's got great examples of those cars. So our time here is about to come to an end. We've been here a couple hours looking at some cool cars, drooling over some cool cars. You know, security actually had to get me away from the 63 Corvette that's here with the goldish one. Got to keep these cars alive, man. So keep these cars cooking. If you got them in your shop, you got them in your garage, make sure you build them and drive them and have fun with them. If you get a chance to come up to this cool place, it's an awesome place. I would highly recommend it. Very badass place. You know, life's too short to drive stock. There's a lot of stock cars in here that I wouldn't mind driving, though. I'll tell you that right now. So get up here and check it out. Keep subscribing. Keep checking out Brock's Garage. We got a lot coming. We're gonna be checking with the master fabricator pretty soon. As you saw in the last episode, he's got a lot of stuff cooking at his garage. Yeah, man, summer's coming. Right now we're in the middle of winter. So we all know what that means. That means we're inside like we are in this fantastic building today. I wish we had a couple of these around my place. That'd be awesome. But anyway, we appreciate you. Want to send a shout out to Logan Maycumber, who made this happen for myself and Sam today. Appreciate you Bud, for getting us the tickets to this place and making us check it out. Appreciate you. Anyway, keep on rocking, keep driving them hot rods, and we'll catch you next time, Brock's Garage.
Here we go again. I demand more.
I want it.